My dear friend, emotions are like wild beasts, untamed and unpredictable. They can consume you, control you, manipulate you if you let them. But emotional detachment? That's the key to liberation, to true freedom. When you're emotionally detached, you become like a puppeteer, pulling the strings of your own destiny without being ensnared by the whims of your feelings. It's like watching a grand tragedy unfold from the comfort of your balcony seat, unaffected by the drama playing out. But beware, my friend, for emotional detachment is a double-edged sword. While it grants you freedom from the shackles of emotion, it also strips away the warmth and humanity that make life worth living. It's a delicate balancing act, a tightrope walk between detachment and engagement, between apathy and empathy. In this video, we are going to learn 5 lessons on how to be emotionally detached while balancing it. Point 1. Consider long-term impact of a situation. Don't get caught up in temporary emotions. The allure of long-term thinking amidst the chaos of the present. What a delightful paradox. You see, my dear interlocutor, emotions are but fleeting specters haunting the corridors of our minds with their ephemeral whispers. But long-term thinking? That's the stuff of true mastery, the art of seeing beyond the immediate tumult to the grand tapestry of the future. Consider, if you will, the consequences of succumbing to temporary emotions. They blind us, they deceive us, leading us astray like lambs to the slaughter. But by embracing the long-term perspective, we transcend the petty machinations of emotion, rising above the fray like phoenixes from the ashes. For when we consider the long-term impact of a situation, we become architects of our own destiny, crafting our future with the steady hand of foresight. We see beyond the transient highs and lows, beyond the fleeting pleasures and pains, to the enduring legacy we wish to leave upon the world. And oh, how liberating it is to be emotionally detached in the face of such chaos. When we anchor ourselves in the vast expanse of the long-term perspective, we become impervious to the whims of emotion, immune to their siren song. But make no mistake, my friend, for this path is not for the faint of heart. It requires discipline. It requires resolve to resist the allure of temporary emotions and stay true to the course charted by long-term thinking. Yet in doing so, we unlock a power beyond measure, a power to shape our own destiny, to transcend the limitations of the present, and forge a future worthy of our wildest dreams. So heed my words, my dear friend, and consider the long-term impact of every situation, for therein lies the key to true emotional detachment, and with it the promise of boundless possibility. Point 2. Understand the root causes of your emotional responses. You see, my dear companion, emotions are like weeds, their roots buried deep within the fertile soil of our psyche. But understanding the root causes of our emotional responses, that's the key to unlocking the mysteries of our own minds. Picture this. You find yourself swept away by a tide of anger, consumed by its fiery embrace. But instead of succumbing to its intoxicating allure, you pause, you reflect, and you delve deep into the recesses of your consciousness to unearth the source of this tempestuous tempest. Perhaps it's a childhood wound, a long-buried trauma that festers beneath the surface. Or maybe it's a fear, a doubt, a gnawing uncertainty that gnaws at the edges of your sanity. Whatever the case may be, understanding the root causes of your emotional responses grants you a newfound clarity, a sense of perspective amidst the chaos. But why, you might ask, does this lead to emotional detachment? Because when you understand the why behind your emotions, you rob them of their power. You see them not as uncontrollable forces of nature, but as mere echoes of past experiences, shadows cast upon the canvas of your consciousness. So, my dear friend, take heed and seek to understand the root causes of your emotional responses. For in doing so, you unlock the door to emotional detachment, and with it the promise of true freedom. Point 3. Reframe negative thoughts. the art of reframing negative thoughts amidst the cacophony of the mind. What a splendid pursuit! You see, my dear confidant, thoughts are like shadows, casting their dark tendrils across the landscape of our consciousness. But reframing? That's the brush with which we paint the canvas of our reality in vibrant hues. Imagine a torrent of despair washing over you like a tidal wave. Your mind echoes with whispers of doubt, of fear, of self-loathing. But instead of drowning in the sea of negativity, you seize the reins of your own perception and set about reframing these dark thoughts in a new light. Perhaps that failure you're fixating on is not a sign of inadequacy, but an opportunity for growth and learning. Maybe that rejection you're lamenting is not a reflection of your worth, but a redirection towards a path more suited to your greatness. Or could it be that setback you're bemoaning is not the end of the road, but merely a detour on the journey to your destiny? You see, my friend, reframing negative thoughts is like alchemy, transmuting leaden despair into golden opportunity. It's the act of reclaiming your power, of reshaping the narrative of your life in a way that serves your highest good. But why, you might wonder, does this lead to emotional detachment? Because when you reframe negative thoughts, you strip them of their power to sway your emotions. You see them not as immutable truths, but as mere figments of a mind prone to distortion. So, my dear friend, embrace the art of reframing negative thoughts, for in doing so, you unlock the door to emotional detachment, and with it, the promise of a life unburdened by the weight of despair. Point 4, it's okay to let go of some outcomes or expectations. You see, expectations are like chains, binding us to a future that may never come to pass. But letting go? That's the key to unlocking the shackles that bind us to the whims of fate. Picture this. You find yourself ensnared in the tangled web of expectations, clinging desperately to a vision of the future that may never materialize. But instead of allowing yourself to be consumed by this futile pursuit, you summon the courage to let go, to release your grip on the outcome, and surrender to the flow of life. Perhaps it's a dream that no longer serves you, a goal that has outlived its relevance, or a desire that no longer aligns with your truest self. Whatever the case may be, letting go of some outcomes or expectations grants you a newfound sense of freedom, a weight lifted from your weary shoulders. But why, you might ask, does this lead to emotional detachment? Because when you let go of outcomes or expectations, you relinquish control over the future and embrace the uncertainty of the present. You no longer tie your happiness to a specific outcome, but rather find joy in the journey itself. And in this act of surrender, you find liberation, freedom from the tyranny of expectation that binds you to a future that may never come to pass. You become like a leaf floating upon the river of life, carried effortlessly by the currents of fate. So, my dear friend, it's okay to let go of some outcomes or expectations. For in doing so, you unlock the door to emotional detachment and with it, the promise of true peace and serenity amidst the chaos of existence.